Hey guys, this is Nesi. Why should you bother leveling your crafters and gatherers? What does it do for your character? Is it worth it? If you found yourself on the fence on whether to level your crafters or not, stick around as we weigh the pros and cons of crafting. Crafting comes at a pretty big cost. The biggest barrier for entry is time. Not only does it take time to level, but crafting in itself takes time. There are ways of leveling which make the process faster, but in order to level quickly, it always costs more money, which is the second barrier to crafting. It can be very expensive to level. There are really only two methods of leveling: slow and cheap, or fast and expensive. It's not all bad though. Crafting has some pretty good benefits. One of the biggest bonuses for leveling a crafter is the ability to repair your own gear. This does require you to have specific crafters leveled up, depending on the piece of gear you want to repair. Over the course of an expansion, you can save a lot of gil overpaying the repair vendor to fix you up. Another bonus is materia melding. If you level one crafter, you can start to meld all of your gear, regardless of class or type, provided the item has materia slots. It also opens up pentamelding on crafted gear. Another major benefit is something we all want: money. Crafting and gathering is by far the best way to earn gil. However, it takes pre-planning and strategy to do so. Just because you level your crafters to max level does not mean you're immediately going to be swimming in gil. You have to pick a market, have good timing, and patience to make money with crafting. Gathering, on the other hand, has a pretty low cost of entry. Leveling gathering is fairly cheap, majority of the cost comes from upgrading gear, and you can make a lot of money from selling the items you gather. Timing on which items you're selling plays a big role as well. Keeping track of the base materials crafters are using for current content and new pass drops can net you a lot of gil. It doesn't even have to be current expansion mats. There are some current recipes that use silver ore, which is a level 30 ARR material. One of the biggest cons to both crafting and gathering is inventory space. If you don't keep your crafters and gatherers around the same level, you will have multiple different gear sets clogging your armory. This can bloat your inventory very quickly. Also, hoarding materials for crafting can be a huge drain on your inventory. I got into crafting and gathering because of a latency issue. When Shadowbringers launched, I had a very poor internet provider, and my latency was averaging in the 1200s. I had trouble staying connected, and could barely get through the solo story missions without disconnecting. Crafting and gathering seemed like a good way to still play the game while not being able to progress very well on combat jobs, and it worked out well. If you have high latency and struggle in combat situations, crafting and gathering might be a good choice for you. If you find yourself deciding to take the plunge into crafting and gathering jobs, I'll be putting out some leveling guides soon. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button so it can reach more people. This is Nessie, and as always, take care of yourself.